"What's up, bro?" That's what he said to me as he sat down next to me in the lobby that day. "Nothing much," I replied. "How you been?" "Good," he said. "You know, I got my faith, I got my health, I got Jesus. Life's good. How have you been?" "You know, I've been..." "Whoa," he interrupted me. "Look at the legs on that," as a brunette walked by. "I don't know how anybody could be gay when there's gorgeous girls like that walking around." "Those gay people, they're ruining our country," he said. "Really?" I replied. "How do you figure?" "Sin, man. They're corrupting a holy nation. They're ruining what once was righteous." "Well, anyways, I gotta go, man," he said as he left the lobby that day. That was my aha moment. The light bulb went off over top of the head. You ever have a moment like that where for the first time you get it? You see things for how they really are. That was my moment. Here was this guy who was claiming to be a Christian, and all he knew to do was bash gay people. Why? Because he said they're ruining our country. How so? Sin. He doesn't like gay people because of sin. How are they ruining our country? They've let sin enter our country. So it wasn't the greedy, self-serving politicians who have bankrupted our country. No, it wasn't the lack of love. No, that wasn't it either. It wasn't Christians who said one thing and then lived another thing. It wasn't that. It wasn't foreign wars. It wasn't terrorism. It wasn't poverty. It was none of those things. In his eyes, what was ruining this country is gay people. You see, he grew up hearing that from his mom and dad. So all he knew was to regurgitate what he'd always been told. Where did he find his definition of sin? In the Bible. But apparently he never took the time to open up that Bible and read it. Because if he had read it, he would see in the book of Matthew a Jesus Christ who is quoted as saying, "I tell you, anyone who looks at a woman with lustful eyes is guilty of adultery," sexual sin. So here he is calling out people for what he sees as sexual sin, when in the same conversation, he's looking at a woman with lust. It's like those times when you get busted for doing something by your mom and dad, and instead of just taking the punishment and seeing you're wrong for what it is, you try to put it off on other people. You try to blame your problems on other people. You say, "You know what I did was wrong, but have you seen what they're doing? That's got to be a lot worse, right?" Is it? Or is it worse when someone continually calls out other people but refuses to look at the person staring back at them in the mirror? I think Christ had a name for that. Hypocrite comes to mind. You say, "No, man, you don't get it, Clayton. Gay people are ruining this country." No, they're not. I'll tell you what's ruining this country. Sin. And where can you find a bunch of sinners? Church, restaurants, gyms, schools. Because we're all just messed up people. So instead of spending all your time pointing out other people and saying what they're doing is wrong, why not take a second to look in the mirror? Because I doubt you'll enjoy what stares back at you. You see, God said he will judge each of us. He never said he needed your help doing it. Stop finding things to stand against and start finding something to stand for. Stop attacking other people and start addressing the issues in your own life. You see, Jesus Christ came to die for sinners. Not the self-righteous, not the religious, not those who thought they had it all figured out. He came to die for sinners. Why? Because he loved us that much. So why don't we love each other? If you take a look at the Bible, you realize it wasn't gay people that crucified Jesus Christ. It was religious people that put him on that cross. You see, if Christians spent half as much time working on their own lives as they do trying to work on other people's lives, maybe Christ would be real to the rest of the world. Don't forget what you were saved out of, the mercy you received, and the love that you didn't deserve. And next time before you speak, take a second to open up your Bible. Turn to chapter 7, verse 3 of Matthew, which says, "You hypocrites, take the log out of your own eye, and then you will be able to clearly see the speck in your friend's eye." At the end of the day, we are all people on this road we call life. And when the sun sets at the end of that ride, it won't matter what you told other people to do. It'll only matter what you did yourself.